Welcome to the Codeigniter Learn It Correct. So this is a set of videos I'll guide you to learn Codeigniter from the very beginning. So why don't we wait? Let's get started. Hello, in this video we are learning about the theory behind CI. This is MVC, Model View Controller. So let's get started and learn about MVC. MVC is an acronym for Model, View and Controller. This is a concept, yeah. So now we are doing programming. So what we're doing is rather than creating everything in a single code base, we separate those into the three sections: model, view, and controller. Model is the place when you are having the logic, database connectivity, and do some algorithms, and everything we reside on the model. The view is the place you are having some kind of UI, HTML pages, and you are displaying something. Those things will be handled in the view. And controller is the glue part. So controller get the action, controller get the request to load the page or whatever. Once the controller load the page to render the page or whatever, he gets the data from the model, and it pass those data to the view and render the actual page. So that's the controller is the glue part. So that's the basics of the MVC. So I also in the Codeigniter does the simplest MVC implementation I ever seen. Here, once you request some kind of URL on your web browser, it will goes to the controller. Then controller, and in the controller loads some kind of data from the model to the controller, and controller again pass that data into the view and get the rendered HTML or other content into the controller, and controller display them. And now that's the final output you are seeing here. I'll go again. Once a request comes from the browser, it will go to the controller. The controller gets some kind of data from the model, and that data will be transferred into the view and get the HTML content to the controller, and controller displays them. So that's how this Codeigniter's MVC implementation. So it's very simple, and the next video we'll be look at this thing more further, how the routing will be works on the Codeigniter. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, my friend. In this video, I'll show you how routing works in Codeigniter. And if you're not familiar with the routing concept, please don't be panic. I'll explain you. Okay, let's start. This is the normal behavior when you're accessing a PHP file. This is your server root, and this is a file called hello.php. This is some other files, foo.php and bar.php. When you're accessing this file on your browser, what you typically do is type http://localhost/hello.php, and if you for another file, you do the same thing. Okay, this is the same normal behavior. But if you think about the Codeigniter, thing will little bit change. Okay, this is your normal server root, and it has an index.php file, and there's a folder called application, and within that application folder there are three folders we need to worry about: controllers, views, and models. It should be models. And inside the controllers, there's a file called welcome.php, and we are creating that file, and that is the controller class. So that is the place handling the URL request, and actually the part of the handling the part of the URL request. If we need to access this file welcome, we cannot directly call application/controller/welcome.php, but instead we are using index.php. We are calling the localhost/index.php, and then we ask him to route to the welcome. Okay, we are calling http://localhost/index.php, and we ask index.php to route into welcome controller. So this is the routing happens in the Codeigniter, and I'll explain you further how this routing works. Okay, this is the URL format for the routing: http://localhost/index.php, and when we give the
the name of the controller, okay, and we give the method inside the controller, method name inside the controller, and next we give parameters to this method separated by slash. Okay, again index.php slash controller slash the method name slash parameters to the method separated by slashes. Okay, so this is how the format of the URL. And you might wonder, this index.php is pretty much awkward. How can I remove that? Yes, I'll be covering in the configuration section how you can remove this index.php button and call localhost slash controller slash method like that. Okay, so this is the code behind this controller. So if you need to access the controller, this is how you write this controller. So the class controller extend, this is the CI controller. I'll explain these things in later videos. And you have the function called method, okay, and then these are the parameters, param1, param2, param3, and you can give values to this param1, param2 and param3 by putting anything here. That's it, the routing works. And I think this is our final PowerPoint presentation, and then later on within this with the next video we are doing actual coding, so I think we can have fun. Thank you. Hello, welcome again. This is our first course on this is our first video on how to code with the Codeigniter, and we are starting from the controller. Okay. Okay, I'll remind you how the directory structure will be like. This is your www folder. Within that we have a CI. We have created a CI folder called CI. Within that folder we have put some files related to the Codeigniter. And this is the folder we are now worrying about, application folder. For others, actually we are not going to worry about. Okay, that's it. So start writing. So within this, so this is my editor called Sublime Text 2, and you can use it if you want, and you can use your own. I recommend editor with this browser. This you can browse the files because it will be quite easy to use. Okay, within this CI, there's a folder called application. Within the application, there's another folder called controllers. So this is where we are adding a new controller. So we add a new controller called, we said hello. Okay. Right click on it, make a new file, give it as C, we save it as file, save it as hello.php. That's good. And we start the PHP file, and then now we're creating a class for this hello controller. So this class hello. You have created the file name called simple hello.php. Everything is simple, but if you are going to create the class, the first letter of this class name should be capitalized. That's it. We are extends from CI controller. Okay, this is the class. This is the base class for the controller. You are extending from CI underscore controller, and this is your controller class. Pretty straightforward. And now we need to create a method. We create a method called public function. Create a okay, sort of coding. I don't like it. Public function. And we give name as 1. Okay, we create a method called 1, accepting no parameters. We simply echo it as echo. This is the 1. Okay, now let's see how this works on the browser. Go to my browser, the CI, my Codeigniter, and say hello. This is my controller, and this is my method. I forgot to add something. That is, I had to put this index.php. Okay, say this is the one. I'll assume it a bit clear. Okay, let's go localhost.php. And my controller name, that's the method name. So now let's accept some parameters. Say P1, P2. Now I'm expecting 2 parameters. Say the 1, echo. These are the parents. P1, P2. Put some color. That's it. So let's see how this is gonna work. Now I say hello 1, 2. Let's say my param 1, param 2. Okay, I forgot to add some ER tags for clarity. So like it. Okay. BR for the enter. You display some kind of enter line break. Okay, let's say 1. These are the params. Param 1, param 2. I can always change this. Okay. Ooh. So okay, it get changed. So this is how you can create a method. We create a method inside our controller, hello controller, and we access this using the web browser. So what happens if you forget to give any parameter? Yes, it gives us an error. It gives us an error saying, okay, the line number 5, the missing argument, the P2. So that's happened. So if something is not given, that give something. So if you want to have the default value for this one, I can give some equal to the P2 equal and say the default value is param 2. Okay, and now I can call this one and work smoothly, because if there is no value exists, it will be always use the param define default value defined here. This is not a functionality of the Codeigniter, but it's a functionality of the PHP itself. Okay, that's it. Okay, it's cool. Then we can create another function public function 2. You can call it as echo. This is 2. That's it. You can always access this as giving hello. I know we can do that. 2. Okay, that's it. Okay, what happens if you if you don't want to have a method inside the controller? Okay, what happens if can't I call just the controller name? Yes, you can, but for that you have to create a special function called index. Public function index, and I call it as echo. This is my index function. Okay, and then I will try again. When I try again, you can say yes, this is my index function. Works there. Cool. So what happened actually is, so he look at the routing, he look at the first parameter, first thing is the controller name. Then second it will look for the method name. If something the method name has not been defined, he will look at the index method, and it will be executed. That's it. Okay, now I'm saying something very important. So it says we have some kind of initialization code, COSAC. It's all for you need to apply it for each and every method here. So we have initialization method, the initialization code, something like we say we need to connect something to database when whatever the method we are creating. So the normal thing is you can code in everything here. Here code here. Here code. You can code here. You can code here. Yes, you can do that, but that's the easy way to do that. So what you can do is you can create a construct and put the separated code behind that. I'll show you that. The public function with the underscore, 2 underscores, construct, and call as a parent. Now we are asking the parent to add some all the things defined in the paper class. Construct. Okay, that's it. Create a construct, and so we do the initialization here. So it type echo. This is the my grammar is bad. Spelling is That's fine, and this is the initialization. Cool. So now whatever the method, so BR tag 2. So whatever the method you are calling here, it will be get called hello. If you get the hello index method, it's called. If you call 2, it's there. So this for this one, using this one, you can do, like as I said earlier, you can initialize a DB connection, do whatever the things related to your application. So this is the controller. We have created a simple controller. So that's it. We have created method. Another one thing that has it. So the Codeigniter way is you cannot directly access this file. This hello.php file. Then you can add some few restriction saying the people who are trying to access this one, we say hackers. So please don't access this. So for that one, you can clear there's always the created file called welcome.php controller within your controllers folder. This is shipped with the Codeigniter, and in the top of the file you can see this line. If so, you can paste this into your same thing. So the outside users cannot access this PHP file directly, and it doesn't affect anything to your normal behavior. Okay, that is for the today we learn about. So we will look at the views. Okay, thank you very much. Okay friends, now we are again. So we have created the controller. Now it's time to create the view. Okay, the view. How you can create a view is pretty straightforward. As you same as you create the controller. The view is the actual HTML showing in the page. It could be HTML, CSS, JavaScript, whatever the thing which you like. In this case, we are using only HTML. So how we can create is very simple. Go to the application folder within your Codeigniter, and you search for the views folder, and there are a couple of things already created by default, and you can create whatever the views as the PHP file. So we create a file called 1. So we have created the controller here, hello controller. So we have a function called 1. So in this one we are creating a view name 1 to get loaded here rather than echoing here. So what we do is we create a file called, we save it as 1.php. You can give whatever the name you like. There is no restriction for that one. 1.php. I put some HTML content here. Say h1. This is the one. Okay. I close the h1 tag. Okay, that's it. Now we created the 1.php file. This is the simplest, and I will put some tag now. Okay. Here is the content. Okay, this is your simple view file. So it contains the heading and some kind of text. Okay, now we try to load it from our controller. So we go to the hello PHP controller again, and what we do is we just remove these parameters because we are not getting, so we don't need these parameters right now. Just remove that one, and we close this. And so what we're doing is now we are trying to load it. So okay, let's remove this constructor as well. So we don't need that. Save it. So now this is how you load a view into the controller. So this, and say load. Okay, we say view. Okay, this load view, and we give the name of the view. So what we name is 1. That's it. So now let's see how it's gonna work. So it's my controller. I'm using a 1 controller. Okay, this is the one. Here's the content. This is the HTML we have written there. Okay, straightforward. Cool. Okay, now we have done it. So now we need to. So now normally the packages are arranged like this. You have a header, it will comment to the everything. You have the footer, comment to the everything. This is the method. The mid one is the content. So we can load any number of views you need. So for the demonstration purpose, I create a file called header.php. This is another view. save it as header.php. I put normally h1 tag saying this is the header. Okay, cool. And then what I'm doing is I go to the control again and I load the header view again. Let's load view header. So you can actually see it in the browser. See, you have load the okay, cool. Okay, here I load the header and the one view would be. So you can load whatever the number of views you need to have. So this is and I'll be showing you how you can use this thing real in our real life examples. I'll demonstrate how you can do it pretty deeply, so you don't need to worry about that now. That's it. Now the problem is, how can I pass some data into the view? How can I pass some data into the view? Because when we are rendering the view, so we cannot have a static HTML here, because we need to have some kind of data within there. We can do some names alike. So what we're doing is, so we do like this. Now we need to accept a name to the hello one. We are accepting a name, okay, name from the parameter. Now we need to pass that name into the one. Okay, cool. How can I create this? We need to first create an array. Let's say this case data array. So we are passing the data into the view. We need to create an array. So it's an associated array. So we get array, and we put a name there. We say this name. Okay, this name, and the value of this name is the name comes from the parameter. Okay, whatever the name you put here will be shown here as a variable. Okay, whatever the name, the key you put here will be shown as a variable in this view file. Okay, you have created the data. Now you are passing that data into your view called one. Okay, the one. Okay, have what we can see the parameters we have passed here. This name as name. We are seeing it as name because we are passing it as we give the key as name. Okay, now say hello. Say hello. Say PHP. PHP tag. Say cool. Say dollar. Yeah. That's it. We are here. So we'll see how it's gonna work. The one name is another. Hello or another. You can put what the thing is. This is it. All that's my name. Oh, it's not gonna work. We have to. So I'll show you in that videos how it's gonna work. Another. Okay. This is how you can pass some data into your view. So I just rename this name into n. Let's see what's happening. And we'll try it as okay. PHP okay, undefined variable name at view file. That's line number 3. That's because he says there is no variable like this. That's because we have changed it to the key as n. So now we need to change our name into n. Change that. It could be worked. Okay, now it's working. So this is the how we can create a view in Codeigniter. It's very simple. And now we have created a view, and we put few views in the controller. We load few views, and then we pass some data into the view. And yes, these are the pretty things. Various things we can do with the view. Thank you very much. We will see in the next video about how we can create a model and how we can use that. Thank you. Hello, welcome to our course on Codeigniter Learning Correct. Now in this video we are learning about how to create a model in Codeigniter. And then so we have created the controller here, and we're done with the views. So now we are creating a model for this controller class. We say hello model, and we get from the, so what we are trying to do with that model is very simple thing. We pass the username, where the name we are getting from this function 1 as a parameter, and we get the profile from this model. We have hard code everything. We are not accessing the database, no, do nothing, but just to clarify what the model can do for you. Okay, now creating a model, give it the, save it as file, save it as hello underscore model dot php. Okay, then I'm creating my file php, implement class, could be hello underscore model. As you can see, this the file name is, you can see capitalized. Just let's capitalize. Hello model extends, and from ci underscore model. This is the base class for the model in Codeigniter. And then I'm creating a function, public function says get profile. Okay, cool. Get profile, and I'll say I'm expecting the name, and I'm just returning the profile of the user. So this profile, I say just send the full name and the age for now to the hard coding. I'm just returning an array, associative array with I'm saying full name is, my name is Arnold, this is a pod. Okay, and comma, and I click another, my age is 34. Actually it's not my age. Okay, that's it. So let's create the method called get profile, and I'm just returning some hard-coded data. So this is the model works, and this is pretty simple. And as I said earlier, you have to copy this code and put it here, because hackers cannot access your file and they can get some information, and we can reduce the chances of doing hackers doing this thing by adding this line. Okay, that's it. Okay, now we're done with the model. Now we load this model from the controller. Go to hello.php, our controller class, and the one, our thing we have loaded here with the view. So now I'm loading my model. Let's go this and load. It says model. I put the name as the hello model, and I know how to load this one. Okay, how can I access this, the data I have already done? So for the demonstration purpose, for that now I just comment these lines we have already there. Okay, so message coming, and let's say I print out, I get some data from that model, that model variable. So I send variable to the profile, I create a variable called profile, and I get the data from the model. Say this is how you can do this, and you have to say this hello model, the model name, your hello model name of your model class, and then say hello model and get profile. That's it. Now you can see I can put some name. I have to put some name. So I'm now getting the profile. Let's see we have get the profile or not. We have got the profile. Say printer, just this for the some debugging. You can print the content you have available in the profile. You can now see what's happening or not. Let's go to my browser and go to this one and say is hello and 1 and give some name. Oh, what's happening? Some error in hello model line 7. Let's go there. Hello model 9 now 97. What's that? Oh, I forgot to this one. Okay, like this. Okay, that's fine. Should be okay. So now we have printed everything, the full name and age. Now we have get something from the controller. We get something from the model into the controller, and we save in the profile. And now what we're doing is we pass this profile into the our view class. This is how we can do this. Okay, just implementing this thing, and I've removed the printer debug option. Now I'm okay with I have got the profile correctly, and I have already created the data array. So I just add a new key called profile, and then I assign our loaded profile into that. Okay, and I would already pass that data into the view. So now I'm again going into my view, as say here's my view folder, and look for the one.php. That's our view. Now what I'm doing is I just, rather than echoing my name as n, I just say profile and full name. Okay, I did one that. Okay, I have done this one. So we'll see whether it's working or not. Oh, I'm sorry, profile should be array, and we'll see how it's working in the browser. You see, this is the header, this is our content, and hello Aruna Susripal, that's the data we have got from their model. Here, you can change something like this 2, add some 2 here, see what's happening. Yeah, this is that. It's the data coming from. Now we have created, now we have get data from the model, and we load it into our controller like this, and then we pass that data into our view, and in the view we have shown the full name we got from the profile. So that's the pretty basics of how you can do. I'll show you something, another thing. So we say the hello model name is pretty lengthy. You don't need to type this model again and again. So you can rename that one. Say just simply model. Okay. Now rather than saying hello model, you can remove the hello part. You can just say model. Okay. You have renamed hello model once you are loading into the controller. Now it's working as it is. It's the same. So that's it for our model class introduction to the introduction in this Codeigniter course. And okay, I think you have familiar with the model, and you can do a lot with that one. Now you know controller, view, and model, how we can create this one. In the next video, I'll show you how to connect with the databases. There are a couple of ways doing this. I'm demonstrating the few those ways too. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much.
Hello, thank you for watching my set of videos on Codeigniter. If you want to learn more, please take my course on Codeigniter Learn It Correct. You can take this course on bit.ly/ci-tutorial. This is the place you can take my course. In this course, I will be teaching you how to use Codeigniter from the beginning, and you can master Codeigniter and even customize to suit your needs. At the end of the project, you get a chance to learn how you can apply the things you have learned in a real project, and I'll guide you to do so. And this is the best part of my course, and you don't get something like this from anywhere. You get a chance to code some project in Codeigniter and push that code into the GitHub. Then I'll with my team will review your code base, and you can learn what are the things you need to optimize. So this is the very best thing, and you don't get chance like this from anywhere. So please take my course and be a Codeigniter guru. Okay, thank you.